And everything in life isn't always about making money. You want to provide a platform, provide a venue, good meeting place, and I think it'd be a thriving institution. I would be all for it.
Not so many more questions now, Michael. We've had a lot of mercenaries at Old Trafford in recent years, and fans honestly thought that Pogba was bought just for shirt sales, as players like Di Maria and unfortunately other players who we won't mention. But in our history, we've had people like Louis Rocker, Jimmy Murphy and Eric Harrison who brought young kids through, players who would run through brick walls for Manchester United. We need to stop the mercenaries just for shirt sales, because I'll tell you what, when Cristiano Ronaldo came here and David De Gea came here and other players like Ollie, we had no idea who they were. They were just young kids. We made them into stars. Manchester United made them into stars, superstars. So we can make our own stars that sell shirts, that sell everything with Garnacho on it or whoever.
Well, didn't the school of 92, class of 92
tell us something?
Prove
yeah,
this.
exactly.
And I was there right at that beginning. As for, and God bless him, God rest his soul, Eric Harrison was a genius, as was all his coaching team. You're 100% right. We can breed, make, develop our own young stars. Class of 92 proved that. And we need to get back to these basics. Look, and I blame the executive team for this. In the transfer market over the last 5-10 years, it's been a disaster. The likes of these big names, yes, of course there may be world-class players, but you're right. They clearly wouldn't run through a brick wall for Manchester United. They will not break their neck when it really matters. They won't fight to the death for Manchester United, and that's the truth of the matter. We've seen it week in, week out over the last 2 seasons. So, yes, I say this. We must have a bedrock of a breeding ground of developing our own youngsters, of course. It's essential, and we can do it. But also, we must also be able to afford to go out and buy any player in the world if we think he can do it for Manchester United. That is what the best and biggest club in the world can do. But you're right, we shouldn't have half a dozen of these so-called billionaire players, millionaire players, because they've proved it's a disaster. And thank goodness we're seeing a clear out. And I wish the new manager and his team, I wish Erik ten Hag all the very best. Let's hope he's in the Alex Ferguson mould. He's got to be good to be another Alex Ferguson. Let's hope he is. But yes, we've had a great clear out, got a great start for next year. Let's hope it changes.
Just 1 or 2 more questions, Michael. Thank you. And you've been very patient with me, and I appreciate that. From people of your consortium, people who you have approached, we hear a lot, as fans, people make stuff up. People don't know what's real and what's not real. Hearsay is a terrible thing. Now, we heard about Fergie and the Irish connection, the Rock of Gibraltar issue. We also have read that Fergie and JP McManus and other Irish horse owners have made up and are friends again. Have you thought of approaching the Irish people to join the consortium simply because Ireland loves Manchester United? There's 3 things that the Irish like in the football is Glasgow Celtic, Manchester United and Liverpool Football Club. And the thing is, both north and south of Ireland love Manchester United.
Well, let me tell you this. What I can tell you, what I can reveal is, yes, I'm speaking to Ireland. I had a Zoom meeting just the other day. The names you've just mentioned, if they'd have signed up or are talking to, I couldn't break their confidence. But let me tell you what I can say, because I'm breaking no one's confidence. Yes, I'm talking to people. Yes, I'm going to Ireland. I've got someone coming to see me. I can't say who it is. someone coming to see me from Ireland on the 16th, which is next week. They are coming to see me from Ireland. And let me tell you, you're 100% right. Manchester United is loved. We've got all the connections you mentioned. We've got the George Best connection. You don't get much better than the George Best connection. Yes, Man United is loved by many, many people in Ireland. And the answer to your question is I am talking to people in Ireland, and there are some very wealthy big hitters. Yes, that's true.
Now, back in the 80s, when you joined Manchester United, obviously you must have had some clout to get on the board of Manchester United directors. And I'm being honest here, some fans thought you was a con man. I don't personally. Now I've met you, now you've showed me proof of stuff. I believe you totally. I always have done. I'm a dreamer. I'm a Manchester United dreamer. At the time, the Edwards family weren't greatly thought of, and you came on that pitch and we all cheered for you. And anybody who said they didn't is a hypocrite. And the point I'm trying to make is you must have had the money for them to allow you on the board. What made you leave?
Well, two things. First of all, everyone's entitled to their opinion about any individual, but the people who call me the names you've just mentioned, they've never met me, they don't know me, they've no evidence whatsoever to substantiate their view. So that's what I say about them. And look, I know there's so much nonsense being written about myself. Perhaps I set myself up to be a hostage to journalistic fortune by juggling the ball on the pitch first day to announce myself. It was unorthodox. It was novel. It was risque. But you know what? It was a public relations exercise because the board were not popular. They didn't like Martin Edwards. They didn't like the way the club was being run. I wanted to show the fans I'm one of them. I'm a football man. I'm a football fanatic. I'm not just a businessman. Look, let me throw my arms to the Stretford end. Let me juggle the ball, strike it into the Stretford end net. Do you know, every schoolboy in the land would want to do that. I deny anyone to contravene that. They would want to do it. I did it and I loved it. But there was logic in my cameo piece. It was a public relations exercise to say, I'm one of you. You can trust me with this football club. Please, we're about to have liftoff. In my kit bag, I've got lots of commercial initiatives I'm bringing here, not just to befriend you and to welcome you. I'm going to make Manchester United really the greatest football brand on the earth, not to pay my overdraft off, but so we can go out and buy any player in the world, so we can invest in our stadia, so we can invest in the training ground, so we can invest in our schools, our youth academy, and everything that the grassroots level of any club needs. That's what I wanted to do. I'm a football man. I wanted to show them I was a football man. That's the answer to the first part. Why did I leave? I left on a point of principle. I'd been there 3 years. I arrived. Alex Ferguson hadn't won a pot. He hadn't won anything. Torrar Fergie, you're crap. You can't do it here. You can do it in Scotland. Fergie out, Fergie out. Those were the first games I attended as a director. Listen, Ferguson then, in that year, with the foundations we were putting in, with the development of my blueprint, I knew Ferguson was going to win silverware. And even in my time, I'll say it again, we won his first trophy, FA Cup, then the Football League Cup, then the European Cup Winners' Cup, then the European Super Cup, even the FA Youth Cup. And I knew he was going on to clean the board. He won 38 trophies. He's now a legend. He's now an icon. He's now a god. He's got a stand named after him, bronze statues, and he's been knighted. Michael Knighton played his part in all that story. And Alex will not deny it. If he does, he's not the man I think he is. But just let me tell you, I'll just finish. The reason I left